turn on my AC. What is my degrees today? Let's check it out, Hawaii. Why am I burnt? Oh, that's why.
And let me also do this.
Hold on. Okay, hopefully the AC is not picking up.
No, you're fine. It's not noisy at all.
What about my audio? Is it good?
Good. Yeah.
Because it's at, what is it? It's at -80. And I think on my mic, it's pointing at the game word.
And remember, the tip is not where it picks up. It's the front.
What?
the tip of the mic is not where it picks up the audio. When it comes to Yetis, it's the front side.
That's why I'm trying to angle it.
yeah.
Good.
A lot of people make that mistake when it came to Yetis. I made that mistake when I first got it. I made that first mistake because it's only natural. You think the tip is the pickup point. Not all of them. It's gotta read the manual, do your research, and you'll be fine.
Reading.
You'll be fine to get yourself started on whatever it is, podcasts, videos, or whatever it is you want to do. Alrighty, welcome to episode 114 for the Hypecast with yours truly, as always, Sean, aka Hawk525, and once again I am joined by my cohort, Zawarudo. How you been?
Is 2020 over yet?
We're barely over the half point, my friend. We're past July.
So there must be a Christmas.
Oh, and now I can sorry to interrupt. Your AC just went. Sorry about that.
I think my body's blocking it. Hold on. Okay, how about now?
You actually sound louder, but now I can also hear the AC as well.
Okay, how about here?
Better.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Okay. Alright.
Sorry, you were saying about Christmas in July or something like that?
Yes, we need a Christmas in July.
Yeah. I mean, things are gonna be a lot different for this year anyway, so...
Wait, it's not even July, it's August.
Right, well, I mean... July came, when it came and went, definitely there was Christmas in July, and for our, the lower half of the equator, Australia and all that fun stuff. But yeah, we're still in 2020 nonetheless, and we're all trying to just get by,
I want to die.
But we do have some a good amount of gaming news going on, especially with the fighting game portion of things. We will get to later in the show. So anyways, hope everyone's been doing well. Thank you guys very much for tuning in, and let's get this thing rolling. So let's start this off with the Persona 5 Scramble news. So we finally got a confirmation, a hard confirmation, that it is coming to the West. Yippity doo dah. So thanks to Gematsu kind of putting that article out there. So I believe, oh yeah, there is one thing I must do. Screen share for my friend over here. So.
What? I can't see. I'm blind.
Hey, you got it right though this time. You said I can't see. I'm blind. It's supposed to be. So it's supposed to be. I'm blind. I cannot hear, or I cannot. I'm deaf. I cannot see. Or I don't know. Whatever. Anyway.
I'm deaf. I cannot taste.
I cannot taste. Yeah. What is this? What does this taste like? But anyways, so we do have that confirmation for Scramble, so that's very cool. Of course, PlayStation 4 and Switch, just to clarify things, they had some sort of roadmap, it looked like, on here from Tecmo Koei. So they have their schedule, including the Fairy Tail game and blah blah blah. But I think somewhere in there is Persona confirming that, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. The game came out is it out already? No, yeah, it did. Okay, so it launched February 20 in Japan and June 18 for the rest of Asia. So Japan definitely got it first, of course, and even Asia hasn't at this point for a couple months now. So we're still a little behind on that, but hopefully things from there will change, because we already know, but Shin Megami Tensei 5 and all that fun stuff is getting a simultaneous release and stuff, or worldwide release. And just to put this out there before I move on or carry on, I played Fall Guys with the boys yesterday, and I did a lot of screaming and laughing. A lot of laughs were had. So if my voice goes out in and out, and I crack here and there, that's why. So just putting that there in advance.
That just means, kids, that he had a real good time.
Yeah. Now you're sounding soft again. What's going on, man? Are you like shifting back and forth or something?
I'm going through dimensions. Leave me alone.
Oh yeah. Are you like leaning back or something? Is that why you're?
Yes, I'm leaning back.
Oh, I'm like right up on the mic, so that's why you can definitely hear me. Not on the right on the mic, but I'm
mean,
like,
if I was really near to the mic.
Oh god! Oh Jesus! I'm like up on my pop filter, so and it's like.
Well, I don't have a pop filter. So
Yeah, it's okay. You'll get there.
let's see.
It's not that expensive.
How far away is this?
Hmm?
Trying to find a ruler.
Oh yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's all good. You have an actual microphone not too long ago, so
I'm
yeah.
about one paintbrush length away, like the artist one that you use for.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so take that as you will.
All right. Let me just turn
And
up.
that I don't know, because I'm seeing my icon blink every now and then, so I'm like, are you picking up the AC or what is that?
It's just probably the desk noise that's randomly picking up, because it happens to me too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you don't hear it like.
No, it's not. It's just like very subtle, like just enough so the icon like actually lights up. Yeah.
Then I'll raise the gain.
Yeah, you can go ahead and do that.
And then I see darkness. Oh, and then now there is light.
There is light indeed at this
Get away from there.
Well, for the Phantom Strikers, yes, we're definitely now getting it, so that's cool. Oh gosh, now we have Cat on board. We have the kitty back in as our special guest. What do you think of Phantom Strikers? What do you think of Phantom Strikers, Kitty? No, okay, all right. I think the kitty wants to wait, doesn't want to see any trailers. That's fine,
Yeah,
That's
don't
fine.
want to get spoiled.
Don't get spoiled. Although the trailer did spoil a number of things, sadly. But anyway.
Trailer spoiled. I spoiled my fucking ass by watching gameplay of it.
Yeah, that's the nature of things
Pretty
nowadays.
much where is it?
Mhm.
Give us to it, Japan.
Yeah.
Like at this point in time with Persona 5, Scramble, and the other one,
Yeah.
I don't care if they cannot get English dub. I just want the game. Just English translated and just say here.
I mean, there's
Be careful right now.
there's that sort of gray area as to like whether to do it or not. You know what I mean? Because they've already done it, right? So if you don't do it, then people are gonna complain, and I don't think people want to go through that sort of situation. But you know, at the same time, it's like if you do that, then the game is gonna take a lot longer, and that's why we Westerners can get it, because we're getting it dubbed. You know, that's the price of it. So that's why the Japanese and all the other Asian regions can get it a lot quicker, because, well, you know what I mean? So, I mean, there's always the route of like trying to, you know, have the DLC for it, you know, if they want it that bad. So I feel like maybe they should take that route, just try it out with a game and see. But you know, it's coming, no less, and you know, just take that into mind as to why these things take longer for us. It's because they're putting the extra effort of bringing you the extra option in the audio department of putting it into English. So if you want your game faster, then sure, we can get it, but it won't have English dub. So don't complain about that, you know what I mean? So if you really wanted that bad, that fast. So
Like there are some game series that I just want it. I don't care if it does have English dub. Just give it to me. I can read.
That's
Sometimes the voice actors, respectively English or Japanese or any other language, sometimes they don't capture, you know, the emotions. They sound like a dead doll trying to talk.
Yeah, it's just because, yeah, you know, definitely the lack of direction is one thing, but just like the language and stuff, like getting things lost in translation is a very common thing. So it's just the way, you know, it's hard to try to transfer those emotions into a different language, because the way these points happen when you're delivering dialogue is just different for different languages. You know what I mean? Because I can speak from that point of view, because like even just trying to imagine like the Japanese dialogue and then just saying in English is like, okay, so when do I put the emphasis on this and stuff like that? That's like harder, and especially if it's like a very case by case thing. So that's why localization and stuff is such a tough business. You know, things are gonna get lost when, you know, when you translate things. It's a very messy game of telephone, you know, when it comes to that.
I don't know how they messed up in the first season of Pokemon. Hey, Brock, this is called a rice ball donut. Okay.
Well, that's kind of a different branch, I guess, if you can say. I mean, well, I think that's even a different topic at that point, because that could be like coming from a form of like what's the proper term for it, like cultural sort of just confusion, I guess. Like, so I don't know, like you know, they wanted to just make it so that people can just understand, you know, that when it comes to being compared to the things that we hear, recognize more. So like, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's a fucking rice ball. Like, you can put the two together. It's a fucking rice formed into a you know, like a little thing, right? Like a triangle or a ball or whatever it is. It doesn't take much to think about. But, you know, at the time, Japanese culture wasn't like as popular. So that's why I guess they would just wanted to keep it very Americanized and stuff. And you know, some people can look at it as like very xenophobic and whatever, but we're not gonna get into that. I think that's a very different topic to discuss about in another time, I guess. But yes, you know, those were some really weird times, you know. But
The dark times.
the dark ages of English dubbing in anime, very dark times. They were very different back then, man. If you look at things, if you look at one anime to another, or one anime from that era and then an anime from this time around, for both English dub, of course, it's a very different vibe. I can definitely say.
Yep.
Yeah.
Both stories.
Yeah. The edits they do, the music that they put in on their own, like they try to make it very like westernized, very Americanized when it comes to those things back then, because they thought, you know, a lot of these moments with no music is just like, what's going on? There's no music. We should put music in here. But that's supposed to be like that because it's supposed to be a break from a big moment. You know what I mean? So, and of course, it's a case-by-case thing for each anime and the director and all that stuff. But that's like something I've noticed too. Like, there's a lot of music. Like, just, it's always constant music in the background. When it came to like Pokemon, Sonic X, like anything, especially from 4Kids, dude, they were infamous for that. That's what I remember from, especially when they did One Piece. Having to watch the Japanese original, you know, audio, and then when 4Kids came over, took over for the dubbing and stuff for the English side of things, or not take over, but they got the rights first, and then they dubbed it, but. It was like a completely different experience. Like it just clashed because there were a lot of moments where there's no music and it's supposed to be like a genuine like moment to like connect with the character and such. But like now you have this soundtrack in the background. Now it just kind of just like becomes this like not, I don't want to say goofy, but like it becomes a lot more like campy, if you will. I don't know. It's just kind of hard to explain. It definitely changes the mood completely. That's just what I wanted to say. So sorry we went on this like sort of tangent, but the point being is that the translations and stuff, it's still a tough business, but it's a lot better than before. We can definitely say that much, right? Would you agree to that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot. It's very a lot more respectful to the source material. I think that's definitely what we can say about that. So, but point being, it's coming. All right, let's move on. But anyway, meanwhile, in other news when it comes to Square Enix, remember that game, Project Athea?
What?
Exactly. I mean, it was very brief. There was some sort of gameplay, I think, during one of it was the first PlayStation 5 review. I think it was during the first PlayStation 5 reveal, right? The presentation and such. That showed off the console and such. They showed off a little bit of the game, right? They wanted to just say that the game is going to be open world. So, that was just a bit of a quick bit of news there. But I do want to read this at least. This is coming from Yosuke Matsuda, the president of Square Enix right now, as he made his little statement for the game. It says, PS5 dramatically improves video technology such as the implementation of light reflecting ray tracing technology compared to what you see on PC. It is nearly identical. By utilizing these special traits, we are able to create incredibly precise imagery. We still plan on developing well-balanced games tailored on the platform's traits, including smartphone and cloud-based games, but we will never stop developing high-end platforms such as or they're developing for high-end platforms such as PlayStation 5 because of these things are packed with best technology. So there you go. That's why it's open world and such. So now it has a chance to like really look really good while being open world and such. So cool. Want to see more about it. Seems interesting from the little that we saw. Do you have any comment about it?
Skip.
Yeah.
I think it was Square and also what was it? Platinum also making another game, but it was for the Switch, Babylon or something like that.
Oh! I don't think that's just for the Switch. I think it's for like it's a multi-platform thing. So yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. It's like Babylon's Fall or something like that, or Fall of Babylon. Yeah,
something like that.
Something of that nature. We definitely got a pretty good amount of gameplay for that one. It's like, you know, kind of like reminiscent of Nier Automata and like and some of the other Platinum action games that we got already. So, well, I mean, there's still more to see of like the main sort of gimmick that it has. We haven't seen too much of that, I guess. Other than I think being able to like summon stuff or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, but we'll see about that. What we didn't see coming though, and it's really random, is Konami, as they suddenly want to enter the PC market, the gaming PC market specifically. So what do you think of this so far? Of what the freaking
That's a weird ass pachinko machine.
They look like squared microphones to me. If we're gonna be real here, or you know what that looks like to me? They look like sound boxes. You know those like sound pills or whatever that people have at work or like have outside, and it's just like blasting your music with Bluetooth connectivity. Those things, I don't know why they have like it comes in like different shapes and sizes. Like, you know, of course you have the pill, right, from like I think it's like from Dr. Dre Beats or whatever, and like the JBL boxes, of course, and then other such things. Some of them come in like squares, like the more portable ones, like they're just kind of just like little portable speakers just for the sake of like just having like music at a, you know, enjoyable volume for outdoors purposes. That's what it like looks like to me, rather than PCs. The crazy thing about these PCs is that they start off, they start off at 1750. I think, let me see. So some of them contain the i5 9400F CPU, GTX 1650. I'm assuming that's the starting model, which is, you know, 1700. Which is weird because I got mine with a i7, or not i7, the Ryzen 7, but you know, same thing. GTX. Well, okay, it's got a better graphics card at this point because I got mine from like a couple of years ago now, with the 1070 and shit. But yeah, I mean, it's got a better graphics card but lower processor, so I don't know how to take that.
It's gonna die.
Yeah, right. Depending on what you do. Some of them have the i7 9700 with the RTX 2070. I think that might be the highest one. I'm not too sure. It doesn't really specify which one is which. But the most expensive one is 3208 approximately, because it's it's all being translated from or converted from Japanese yen, so that's why it says roughly. So we still don't know exactly how much this will all cost. But what do you think of Konami making PCs?
Again, that's a weird ass pachinko machine.
I know, right? I don't think will work out just because of their reputation and all that stuff. Like the thing about the whole thing with Kojima just like permanently put this like image on them, you know, of being like that company where they do pachinko machines and all this like nasty, stupid, you know, business sort of ventures and stuff with their games and all that. They haven't done anything. Like, what's the last like what's the most recent, you know, gaming thing that they've actually done? I can't think of anything. Maybe that awful fucking Contra game that came out like a while back. What about you? Can you think of anything that you remember?
What is Konami?
Right? They definitely lost their way. And now they're gonna make PCs. That's I don't think that's gonna work out. But whatever. We'll see. We shall see about that. So anyways, moving on to something a little different here. So more on the Netflix stuff. Surprisingly, we still have some Netflix stuff coming when it comes to gaming related shit, and that is Splinter Cell of all things. So Splinter Cell, yes, is getting an anime adaptation, not just any sort of adaptation. It's anime. We're getting a Splinter Cell anime adaptation for Netflix, featuring
thank you.
featuring Splinter Cell. So it is said that the John Wick creator, Derek Kolstad, is going to be the writer or something like that. He's partnered with the production as writer and executive producer. And a representative for Ubisoft has been confirmed, apparently. So interesting, I guess. We haven't seen any trailers or whatever, so I'm not gonna hold too much opinion about that, but I just wanted to throw that out there because people are still wanting a Splinter Cell game from Ubisoft. But that could be a possibility. Let me just pause this for a moment. Let me just mute this as well and put this on full screen. So this is a video from Yongya once again. Regarding to the conundrum that's been going on with Ubisoft. So there's been some sexual harassment cases once again, you know, from a gaming company. This time around, it's Ubisoft. A lot of,
Lord have mercy.
yeah, a lot of the higher ups have been harassing the women and also apparently men, I guess. So, but yeah, definitely women for sure. And just overall creating a awful work environment for workers and just terrible creative practices, right? You name it. And a certain top executive of Ubisoft has been let go, I believe. And the stuff from read on this guy, he was the one who put a lot of the lid on a number of ideas or projects that could have been amazing. It could have been some sort of like open world sort of game or something like different, right? But because of this guy, I forget his name, forgive me, but oh, it's yeah, it's right there. It's Serge Hascoet. I'm definitely butchering that, forgive me, but let's just say though, of how infamous he is within the company, they always had these meetings with the guy, and every time he's there, they call these meetings or they refer these meetings as the siege or the surge meetings or whatever, or the surge table or something like that. Anything with his name on it, you know what's coming, unfortunately. So that's how things were really rough because of this guy. And this guy was probably the reason why we don't see a lot of the other Ubisoft games like Rayman and such being treated the way people want Rayman to be treated by Ubisoft. Probably no Splinter Cell, no and other like classics or whatever that people have been asking for. This guy probably wanted all the Assassin's Creeds, all the other Far Cry games, the Ghost Recon stuff, the Division, that sort of thing. Very like trendy mainstream sort of titles, right? That kind of follows those sort of trends, right? But this guy is now gone apparently, so that means this could open up those doors to hopefully seeing better diverse games in the future, and also the games or certain games to make their return someday. Hopefully, if someone wants to pick up the torch for certain titles. There's a couple of tweets from Jason Schreier. I'll read the last one from the thread. It says, the game Avalon was a co-op multiplayer King Arthur RPG inspired heavily by Monster Hunter. People who worked on the project said that they were stoked about the team and the progress they've made. They were infuriated that it was cancelled because of Haskoet didn't care for the setting. And that's the end of the tweet there. So that's just an example of many instances of why such projects have been canned and whatever. So yeah. What do you think of all this just from hearing it?
God damn, everything is fucked up right now.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we had something similar to this from Riot, although that they didn't like have anyone who was excluding such games and whatever. I mean, in fact, they're like expanding or branching off to different things besides just League or whatever, right? We have Valorant, we have I believe something else coming, right? And then there's the fighting game, of course, for the League of Legends fighting game, right? At some point. So yeah, kind of the opposite, sort of, except that they're just playing around with the same IP, but doing different things with this. So it's cool. At least they're trying to make a fighting game out of it, which is like not the most like financially strong sort of side of things when it comes to like gaming genres, but in this case here, Ubisoft, man, that sucks. When it comes to like people trying to be creative and whatever, and then like the guy just says no just because he thinks that just the setting is like just like not good enough to be like a guarantee money bag sort of, or money grab or cash grab. So I mean, at least to me anyway, that seems to make sense as to why we only see like the military games, the Far Cry games, and the Assassin's Creed games, and then the Rabbids. You know what I mean? Those ugly looking Rabbids. You know what I mean? Rather than like an actual Rayman game.
I think they should have said that's gonna be tits and ass, sir, and then boom. You'll be like, yeah, here you go. Make it so.
Now, I'm not trying to say that, those genres that I just mentioned should be canned either, but the problem is that those are the only games that are being developed, you know what I mean? And I think that was the problem caused by that top executive. So, Surge here was probably the biggest problem. Probably, not the only person, but from what I gather anyway, he's probably like the primary figure of that sort of of those instances. So hopefully from here on out, we see like a better environment. I wish the workers and such, developers and all that, get treated better, because that's always like not cool. Absolutely not cool. So best of luck to them, and hopefully things look a little brighter, at least soon. So anyways, if we don't have any further comments, that we do have something to talk about when it comes to Halo. Halo multiplayer apparently is going to be free to play. What do you think about that? Just from just hearing that.
And
So yeah, I mean, free to play multiplayer. What do you think what's gonna happen? You know what I mean? We've seen what happened with Halo 5.
which again is like, why isn't it not free to play in the first place?
Yeah, who knows? I mean, but this could be a little scary for those fans because of what are they gonna do to monetize it? You know what I mean? It's gotta make money somehow.
True.
That's the scary part. We don't know what's happening. All I said was, oh, it's free to play, multiplayer. That's what everyone loves, right?
Right. No. Oh shit.
Last time, at least one of their last games anyway, Halo 5, they did the like the burning the card I forgot what it was called. It was like the it was called like the requisition points or whatever, which was which allows you to have these cards, right? Where if you earn like let's say like, you know, this card that can like grant you this for the next match, and like you automatically win, like just because you have like this massive advantage over the others and such. I think that's how it worked. Ender Gamma could better explain it because he played it, but that's basically what happened. Like it was very like pay to win sort of game. So that was like really bad and left a very sour taste in their mouth. So yeah, free to play multiplayer for the latest Halo. You know what's gonna happen, right? I think what they're gonna do, and I don't think they're that stupid, is that they're just gonna do the battle pass. You know, Call of Duty's been doing it. Even the latest one, latest popular game, Fall Guys is doing it. I think Fortnite does it too. And you kind of name it, right? So when it comes to like other battle royale and just like popular games, it's like the battle pass. That's like the that's the new hotness when it comes to those sort of platforms. And they'll probably have like the V-Bucks sort of system where, oh, you can earn this thing by grinding, right? But if you put in a little money, you can get it right away. You know, that sort of thing. So I think it's gonna essentially take the Fortnite route, whatever. And if that's the case, then I guess that's like the best way to go about it. If you want to, you know, a free-to-play thing, and meeting the middle ground with like making it into a monetizing sort of platform. And what it sounds like from what I've been gathering also is that they want to support this game for a very long time. In fact, probably that entire generation. So what do you think about that?
Well, they better be ready for server crashes and stuff.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely during the early phase of things. And you just never know what they're gonna do with it. You know what I mean? Like all the balance patches, the weapons that they try to like fix or destroy potentially. You know what I mean? Look at him, like patching and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you just never know what happens. Not to mention like just all the stuff that they'll add in. You know what I mean? Like like new maps or new modes or new parts, like, oh, there's more stuff to buy, you know, that sort of thing. I don't know. We'll have to see. Also, just to throw this out there too, it says that it'll also support 120 FPS or frames per second on the Xbox Series X. So cool. If you have a monitor that can refresh at what is it, 120 hertz or something like that, then yes, that will be a benefit. I don't think my stuff does that, so it doesn't matter to me. But hey, you know, if you want to really get into those FPSs and be very reactive and stuff like that, you have the advantage because you have more frames to react to. So that's that. There's also some other Halo news addressing the visual direction. So there was a video from Review Tech USA. There's a little statement that he screenshotted. And let me see. I don't think it's this one. I think it's this one. I'll read it. So, based on our learnings from Halo 4 and Halo 5 and Halo Wars 2, along with strong community feedback, we decided to shift back towards the legacy aesthetics that defined the original trilogy. With Halo Infinite, we're returning to a more classic art style, which was a key message going back to the very first reveal that garnered enthusiastic and positive responses. This translates to a more vibrant palette, cleaner models. I pressed play by accident. Whoopsies. Cleaner models and objects with less noise, quote unquote, though it doesn't mean less detail. While we appreciate this may not be everyone's personal preference, we stand by this decision and we are happy to see it resonating with so many fans around the world. What did you think of the looks of things during the first reveal? When it came to
why the hell does Chief have a freaking grappling hook?
Oh, okay. You're talking about the gameplay aspect of things. I don't know. I mean, I guess that's
But as the look as well, like I know they say it's an older model or an older version of it.
Older build, yeah.
But why show that? Because I'm sorry, the facial animation was like,
right.
Is it my computer? Am I not on 1080p or 4K? What's going on?
Yeah. That was a lot of people were commenting about that. The whole aesthetic problem that was that it presented. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it was an older model or older build, but that's like sort of the general direction they were initially taking, right? You know, the dude's face kind of like looking a little cartoony rather than a little more realistic, you know, which is why I don't know why people did that, but like compare it to Joel's face, you know what I mean? I mean, sure, it kind of shows off the fidelity of the game, but you know, Halo, yeah, it's supposed to be one of those games about fidelity and stuff like that, so maybe that's why they were expecting sort of that, and that's why when they saw the dude's face, they were just like, what? You know what I mean? So kind of like what you said. Yeah, like what am I looking at? You know, are we looking at like a more cartoony Halo or something, or like, you know what I mean? Because because Master Chief still look relatively normal, right? You know, like of course higher fidelity and stuff, but the dude's face, like it clashed, you know what I mean? So are we going for a cartoony look, or are we going to go for a more realistic look, you know? So there was, I guess from based off of that, there's a clash of art styles, so that's why, yeah, people are complaining. So I mean, I guess it's a start, you know, for them to fix it. But what does that mean for the release date and such? Is it going to be delayed and whatever? Probably. I hope they don't do like horrible crunch time and such, like so many other companies have been like exposed of as of recent.
Well, they shouldn't, because they kept claiming or stating that this game's been in development for a while or something. So it's like, don't worry, we'll wait.
Yeah.
We'll wait for the final verdict.
Yeah. They also addressed the whole like lighting issue and such, like looking flat and all that stuff too. But I think people get the gist of it at this point. They're trying to like rework the visual side of things, so that's cool. I just find it a little strange as to why or how it even got to this point, you know. Yeah. But you know, wish best of luck to them. Hopefully, Infinite will come out more polished and such. So that's it for on those parts. Let's get to the fighting game news of things, because we have definitely some things to talk about. So the FGC, when it comes to the fighting game side of things, there was a roundtable of sorts, consisting of a lot of the major developers gathering together in one stream. Of course, with COVID, they had to do all the webcams and stuff like that. And so, could you take over as to what were the basics of the roundtable?
Sorry, I didn't catch that. Your
Oh, did I cut off?
Yeah.
Okay. Could you cover the basics of what happened at the roundtable?
Where are we? Where are we? Not really. I kind of didn't pay attention to the roundtable, to be honest.
Oh, okay. I see.
But,
go ahead.
like I only saw bits and parts of it, but yay!
Yeah.
Some like for Soulcalibur, good. She back.
Yeah. They had.
It was back.
Mhm.
I mean, it was kind of like hinted on, what was it? Soulcalibur.
Oh.
I forget where in the story that she was supposed to be a part of it.
Oh yeah. There were a lot of like
There was,
little
like, sprinkles. There was, like,
sprinkles.
little
Yeah, because like Cassandra was in a story, and then you know, what do you know? She's a character, right? For to be playable. Yeah. But yeah, sorry, what I was trying to get to is that at the round table they talked about like I guess I'll cover this part. They covered like some of the basic questions, like how characters are selected for the fighting game roster, the arcade stick culture, like arcade sticks and controller pads and stuff like that, or game pads. What was the other two? Because they covered 4. But unfortunately none of them were like directly about netcode and such, which was like a lot of what people wanted to hear. But one of the developers from Eureka, who makes the Fighting EX layer, is implementing rollback netcode of sorts into their game. So at least they did mention about that, at least to some extent. So it is showing that obviously there's someone who cares about the netcode, and they wanted to implement that in their game. So I think they know that people want that in their fighting games and such. I think they're aware of it, right?
They're aware, but it's gonna take maybe a few more years for them to actually go like, hey,
yeah,
let's try it.
And let's not forget, of course, Guilty Gear Strive is still trying to implement the rollback netcode. So I think that's going to be like the first major eye opener. Be like, yeah, we definitely got to do this now for our fighting games. So yeah, they talked about that stuff. They actually had a roundtable, which was kind of surprising because I thought it was just going to be like a cluster of reveals like this, for example. But they actually talked about stuff. It's really cool. They like, it was kind of like guys at a bar or something like that. They were having like a conversation of sorts. But meanwhile, we had reveals like Zora was alluding. So first off, we had Tetsuka for Soulcalibur 6. She is back in there finally. who started from Soulcalibur 3. She's the fighter with an umbrella with a sword hidden there. So Umbrella Sword Girl is definitely back in there. She looks cool. What do you think of her design?
She grew up.
Yeah, I do. I
definitely fine.
Yeah, I definitely think I really do like the what do you call it? The cape thing that she has going on. Well, sucker.
That's no cape. She's an admiral.
Yeah, right. She's wearing the coat, like a coat cape, you know, like worn at the shoulders, sort of thing. I'm always a sucker for that.
I wonder why. Looks around your room.
Yeah.
Surprised you don't even have one for cosplay purposes.
Yeah, right. Maybe someday I'll cosplay Zoro or something. Someday. But nonetheless, we do have Tetsuka in there, which is really cool. I think she's already out now at this point. But also they they definitely released an update already for the characters, like new moves, balancing and such. They're pretty cool. There's still love for the game. There's more costumes, more parts for creation purposes, of course. Oh yeah, they have the classic costume for Tetsuka. It's from Soulcalibur 4, but you know, older costume no less. I wish they kind of had the Soulcalibur 3 one just to kind of, you know what I mean, like kind of complete it almost. But
true.
Yeah.
I mean, I bet you because of the costume packs. Right there, classic.
Yeah.
But you could try and find a way to make her.
Yeah, from 3. Her look, I guess, recreate it.
I mean, it's kind of like, I'm going to, you know, I'm going to make this character that's not going to show up. Oh shit, it showed up.
Yeah. And also, there's Tekken stuff as well. Tekken costumes also made it in there, which is kind of cool.
That's it. That's a hint, everyone. Final playable characters from Tekken.
Oh man, you think we're gonna get 2 guest characters?
Probably. I don't know. Still waiting for that Prophet Max saying that it's going to be Artorias from Dark Souls.
Oh yeah, that's right. Dark Souls, that's right. That'd be cool. That'd be really cool. I don't play Dark Souls, but that would be pretty cool. I'm all for that. I'm all for crossovers.
Nah, just kidding. It's whatever the main kid's name from Shaman King.
Oh, yo. I don't know. I mean, it could work. I mean, he fights like a samurai because he has a samurai spirit. So, and then he can like some sort of mechanic involving the oversoul. But
I mean, they do have a character from beforehand that fought with a stand.
You're right. I forget his name.
Borrow. Same. So they can just borrow some of his mechanics and just go from there.
True. Very true. Sorry, what was his name?
I don't know.
Oh, I think it started with a Z or something like that. I forget.
Nobody cares.
Oh, yeah, he was kind of unique. I don't know how I know how to play him, but it was kind of unique. You know, he had a stand. It's really weird though, his voice, because the Japanese one anyway, he's voiced by All Might, pretty much. Imagine that.
So what? We had to eat his hair.
Yes, to gain power.
Oh my god, he actually did it. It's like, of course he did it, you dumbass.
Mm-hmm. Hey man, if someone said, or someone came up to you and said, hey, you can gain this great power if you eat my hair. It's not even like a wad of hair, it's just a strand of hair. Would you do it?
Because, well, then I'll be asking is this from the carpet or the drape?
Is this from your coat? Is it even your hair? Who you been with? No.
And then let's say I did, yeah, I'll be like, you need more salt, sir. Then walk away.
Yeah.
And there's Tekken.
Oh yeah, yes. We had more Chicken 7 season 4 being revealed. Very cool. Let me try to find a YouTube video. Oh, sorry about that. Let me try to find a YouTube video. I'm sure it's up by now. But yes, Tekken 7 is getting season 4, which is really cool. What that came with new moves, of course.
Send me that link. Japanese street food, $500 sushi. Send me that link.
I'm sorry?
You had a video that says Japanese street food, $500 sushi.
Oh, where is that?
Right there. I want to see.
Oh man, we'll take a look at that later. Maybe we'll see.
And get hungry.
Yeah, right. I have like Korean hot tofu soup waiting for me. But anyway.
Okay, then we better hurry up. Let's get.
Hey, whoa! We gotta give the respects for Tekken, right? So, like I said, there's new moves. There were some balances, of course, naturally. And there's a new prowess system, which is kind of like the point system. It might be similar to that of Smash Global Points or something like that. Global Smash Points from Smash Ultimate.
Which I don't. I don't do. I just play in a lobby.
Yeah, I'm just guessing anyway. And apparently there's gonna be a better online experience. What the hell does that mean, right?
Robot Nickel, or if you're, or is it gonna be only, which would be really bad. The only match you with, LAN versus LAN, Wi-Fi versus Wi-Fi.
See, that's the thing. They now have a symbol or icon where if you're using Wi-Fi, that shows up, and they, the players can know, it's like, hey, this person is on Wi-Fi. They can choose whether or not to play them now. So they're really trying to expose the Wi-Fi players. Which, yeah. It is a problem for... sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. So that's Strider.
Right, so for the listeners, there's a very brief sort of teaser right at the end showing Mount Fuji, I'm assuming, some pagoda, and a person standing on said pagoda in the foreground. Or, I mean, he's standing on the pagoda, which is in the foreground, but you get it. Anyway, it's a really tiny person on there, so you can't really tell what's going on, sort of, but you kind of get an idea of who it might be. So it could be a female character. It could be a complete bait. I don't know. It could be someone else completely. I don't know. It could a lot of people have been saying Kunimitsu, which I mean, I guess because she's like a classic character from 2, right? But she hasn't have any love for a very long time, other than being a Tekken tag character. After that, because she hasn't made any main game appearances other than 2, and so we only saw her in the Tekken tag stuff. So maybe, I guess, but I have a feeling it might be a brand new female character for Tekken, or it could be a female guest character that's ninja related. I don't know. It looks like she has a sword of some kind, right?
A sword.
A sword. Which Kunimitsu does not use, unless that's supposed to be something new. And like she has like a scarf thing going on, cape stuff, sort of. That's it. That was it for that one, and the.
That's it, folks.
Yeah, season 4 pass. Or season pass 4 is coming fall 2020, I guess. So there's a bit of a wait there, but it looks like it's not that long of a wait. It could be September, it could be October. They haven't said anything specific as yet. So pretty cool. Did you have any thoughts, Sama, on Tekken 7 with all the new stuff being revealed?
Who?
Who is it? Who is it?
I mean, it looks. I mean, to me, this is how you keep a game alive.
Yes.
With slowly, constant updates to everything, not just one part of the game. Trying to improve the online because that's the world that we live in. We don't do couch parties anymore. Sad to say.
Definitely, at least for right now, especially.
Yeah,
but
for right now.
yeah, for right now. But that's going to be a thing for like, probably for like what, 2 years, depending on how we as a nation will handle the fucking outbreak. But anyway,
okay. We'll get through this.
Yeah.
We just need to find the Dragon Balls.
Seriously, dude. I'll take anything to get out of this fucking outbreak, man. But anyway.
Anything? Okay, let me go call my dad.
Oh no. Don't get any funny ideas, man. All right. Anyways,
you're just gonna have to worship Cthulhu and just hopefully not go insane.
Yeah.
And if you do, it's not my fault. Your mind was just too weak.
Yeah. But back onto the online thing, that's the world we live in right now, you know. It definitely exposes that games like this definitely need online experiences to be taken more seriously. There have been some good ones in the past, you know, some decent experiences at least, like surprising with like MVCI or Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. All the other like independent fighting games do have the good netcode, like the rollback sort of netcode, right? Them fighting herds, Skullgirls, you name it. Even like the American side of things are taking it seriously too, like Mortal Kombat 11 and KI. Yeah, Killer Instinct, man. Gotta respect that. So that's why, you know, I hope to see more roundtables like this in the future, and such. There was one more thing. Capcom wanted to save their thing for their own show, which was Street Fighter V's summer update. So let me open this up. And where's the roadmap? It was right there, I think. It's hard to click on it precisely. Oh, there we go.
Excuse me.
So, what do you know? Street Fighter 5 had a massive drop of updates. At least to some extent. So, first off, when it comes to characters, we have Dan Hibiki finally making it back in there. A lot of people have been going wild because of a certain person has been doing their legacy series, like, you know, Maximilian.
Who? Who that?
Who that, indeed. By the way, I don't know if he listens to this sort of stuff, but congratulations on the little Christensen. Of course, to his wife JJ as well. Much love to the new family. Very happy for them to have Ripley Christensen in the family now. Benny can have someone to play with.
I don't know, the way Max was saying about how Benny interacts with little Ripley is like, oh, this is a thing. Okay, bye. It's more like Luna. It's like little child.
Right. Yeah. They do have Luna, and she. It might be. It may have to do with Benny being a boy or whatever. So, a lot of like male dogs don't really care about parenthood or whatever, or just babies in general or whatever. I don't know. That's just my
Yeah.
objection.
Until they actually like bond.
Yes. When they actually can like communicate with each other. But Luna is kind of like it seems like trying to be a mom, you know what I mean, or like a motherly figure, which is kind of cool, you know. She would have been a good mom if she had puppies on her own. But anyway, much congratulations to them, and I wish for the best, especially this freaking the outbreak, the quarantine, all that stuff. You know, Ripley being born into 2020 is definitely something to be looked back on. You know what I mean?
Like, that really scared me. Like, you're having the baby, what?
Yeah. 2020 no less. And it is something to look back on, and hopefully we all can learn from this, you know what I mean? Including the kids, everyone else who was born into this year. So anyways, back on track. Yes, so we do have Dan in the mix finally. Very awesome. Rose is back in there from
Why?
I mean that's a good question. I mean, is she really that popular? I'm not too attached to Rose, sadly.
Like, I'm sorry. I thought Minot was her successor.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I got of Minot. It's like, oh, so you're Rose's replacement. Thank you.
Yeah,
Hi, bitches, I'm back. It's like, oh.
Yeah, and a lot of people do like Minot, you know what I mean? Which is weird because, like, you know, Soulcalibur tried to do that with 5.
Viola.
Yeah.
Yeah. Viola or something like that.
Viola. I mean, not just her, but like, you know, like a lot of the characters like that replace the older characters, like, you know, Natsu, I forget his name, like the monkey boy or whatever, like with the staff. He was supposed to replace Keelik. Then Keelik was supposed to replace Weapon Master, which is really weird. It was all over the place, and people hated it. But yeah, I think they're not trying to do that mistake. They want to like have both like the new blood and, you know, the veterans and such, right? So I mean, I think they do a good job doing a bit of both, right? They have some new characters in there, and they have, you know, all the returning characters in there. I mean, not all of them, but like, you know what I mean. But we do have a bit of a more surprise, which is Oro. Oro hasn't really been around other than like, you know, Street Fighter 3 or Third Strike and all that stuff. Maybe some other game that we don't know about or don't really remember. But other than that, like when it comes to main fighting games, not really. But Oro, I thought it was cool. I would like to see how he fights. Maybe because of how his sort of aesthetic works, because he used to fight with one hand or one arm, and he has it in his you know, in his outfit or whatever, and he has one arm tucked in. So how would that work with, you know, with the animation side of things? Because if he turns around, it's like, will his arm flip? You know what I mean? Is his arm going to be back in the back, or is his fighting arm going to be in the front when he's on this side or whatever? So I think that's why I think what's going to happen, based off of the artwork anyway, I think he's going to hold a turtle. I think he's going to hold a turtle as the handicap.
Well, here. Well, see, that's the thing that people don't understand. Oro is actually the turtle.
Oh, he is the turtle, and the dude is the dude is just a puppet.
He's just there, yeah.
Yeah.
Down.
Yeah. See, that's why, like, because the way they like showed off the very first frame, it was a turtle's face. So it was like, what? Did he turn into a turtle or something? I mean, it makes sense because he's kind of a hermit, right? So, or he is a hermit. So that's why I thought, hey, maybe he like ascended and became a turtle, so that way he can like live a lot longer or something. But now it's just a turtle that he's holding. So I think that may have to do with his new like V skill or whatever, like aesthetic thing. He's gonna be holding a turtle the entire time as he fights, which is like really funny.
And who knows, maybe the turtle is also part of the attack. He just throws it at you. Catch!
Yeah, right. Maybe maybe like when he does the floating rocks sort of super, quote unquote. Maybe the turtle's floating around them, or I don't know.
The turtle is the rock.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be part of the.
I'm coming for you. It's like, please don't.
Mm-hmm. Probably gonna be
I
a V
don't
trigger.
I don't want pizza to come down to my house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the rocks are definitely gonna be his V trigger. I can definitely imagine that.
Probably.
Mm-hmm. And who knows what his V skills are. I think one of them is going to be parrying. I don't know. It's because it comes from Third Strike, just like Gil, which may sound boring, but it just makes sense, right? And then the other ones, it's going to be like, I don't know. It could be a projectile or something. I don't know. Might be another projectile. Who knows? Or he could absorb something. Another anti-projectile character with a projectile. I don't know. But yeah, so Oro, cool. I liked Oro's thing better than Rose, but hey, at least the people who played Rose, who like Rose, cool. Maybe she may play a little differently since Mina has the ball or whatever, the orb. She's holding like a card of sorts, like a tarot card or whatever. So I think she may use more cards this time around. What do you think?
So she's Gambit.
Maybe.
Kinetic card.
Kinetic card, yeah. She could be like a Gambit sort of I don't know, kind of character.
And then she starts speaking Cajun, and we're just gonna be.
Oh boy, man, she's gonna make some like what do you call jambalaya and shit. Like, wait, what?
She'd be like, "Come on, Monami." It's like, Capcom, I think you got your franchises mixed up again.
Yeah. That could be cool. I mean, a kinetic card sort of special move for Rose, that'd be sick. And if she has Royal Flush for her critical art, I think that'd be pretty sick, dude. That'd be pretty sick. I'm gonna go wild if that happens. But I think we all went wild for the Rival Schools character representative, which is Akira Kazama. We have a very first Rival Schools character.
I'm kind of like on the fence with her. Like, I'm happy, but then I'm like, why couldn't they choose, excuse me. What's his name?
Batsu?
Yeah, Batsu.
You see, yeah, I understand that too. He is the poster boy, but Akira, I think she is like actually more popular. She's like the most popular character out of all the Rival Schools characters, at least for the female side anyway. And I think maybe they wanted more female characters in there just to kind of help balance things out, I guess. So that's why they chose Akira, which is like perfect. You know what I mean? She's like a lot of people love her within the Capcom fan base. I definitely think she's my favorite character from Rival Schools, just from like the aesthetic side of things. She looks awesome,
Oh, she better have her biker helmet on. It's one of her.
Yeah, that definitely has to be like a secret code thing. Like, you can like do like hit like a sequence of buttons or hold a series of buttons to like take off the helmet or put on the helmet or something. Like kind of like how you can do that with like, I don't know, Alex's jacket or something.
Or maybe, I was kind of thinking maybe her, what was it? Her super is that she calls on Batsu and they do the combination attack.
Or that it could be that, or she can call on her teammates, or which is either her old teammates or her new ones, which is like all females, or the older ones, which is I forget their names, but I think one of them was Edge or something like that. It was like a dude with like really spiky long hair, like that sticks upwards, right? And he had like the knife. He always wore like magenta and purple.
The knife.
The knife, yeah. And then the other teammate was like a big sumo wrestler type of person.
Honda.
He's supposed to be like the E Honda sort of gimmick character, but I don't know if he had like the headbutt and the hand slaps. I don't know. The point being, I think her super is gonna be like that, like the team up thing, or it could be part of her V trigger. I don't know, because Rival Schools, a lot of that was like team up, team attack stuff. So maybe they can somehow incorporate that. That'd be really cool.
It might be her V trigger, kind of like how Armika has with her.
Yeah, with Nadeshko. Very true. That could be that could definitely be a thing. Like yeah, like one V trigger could be with her old teammates, and then the other V trigger could be with her newer teammates. That'd be pretty cool. Incorporating more characters and such. Yeah, I mean, like no wonder this whole world map is like really long too. But we'll get to that in a bit. Yeah, I mean, overall though, like who knows of how she can play. Like, I mean, she kind of just like has some energy attacks and stuff like that. It's not like a Hadouken, but anything like that. She like just has like close range aura based attacks or something like that, I think. What I can remember. But I think also like maybe an idea for her V trigger could be her wearing the biker outfit and putting on the helmet, and she could be like I forgot. There was a name for it too. It was like Shin Akira or something like that. I forget. I think it might be like Akira X or something like that. I forget. That could be an idea for a V trigger.
That sounds like a Fate Go character.
Yeah, right. And it could be permanent like Nikali's, you know. That could be really sick. Yeah. Oh, I mean, what would you think if, you know, if you have any like different V triggers or whatever for her?
Yeah, just make it look good.
Yeah. Did you play, or do you know of at least Rival Schools, right?
Yep.
Yeah, to some at least to some
Did
extent.
I play it? Yes.
Oh, did you? Oh, wow. All right. Nice.
Well, I played the arcade.
Yeah.
I didn't own it.
The Dreamcast. Man, I need to get a Dreamcast emulator, dude. Oh my gosh, I want to try to see if I can emulate that game. I heard it's like almost no one has it because like I guess Capcom doesn't really want to do that, but I don't know. I need to do some digging. But anyway, really sick though. I think that was literally the biggest surprise of them all. I think literally like almost nobody actually thought like seriously like Rival Schools was gonna be one of them. Like maybe like as like a just like a, you know, like a fantasy thing, like a fantasy roster. But damn, here we are talking about Akira Kazama being an actual playable character coming up. And not to mention, she's gonna have her own stage, which is really cool. So we're gonna have like some sort of like schoolyard or something like that, or somewhere from Rival Schools, aka Project Justice.
I still don't understand why we have two different titles for
No, that was during the dark ages, man, of Japanese games being translated, kind of like we were talking about earlier. Yeah. So, next one is still unknown. No reveal. We still have one more character left to be revealed.
I mean, not get it. It's Ingrid.
See, here's the thing. Judging by all these costumes, right? So Dan has 4, Rose has 5, Oro has 3, and Akira has 5. Holy shit. This character only has 3. So I'm guessing it's going to be male. So I'm afraid it's not going to be Ingrid unless Ingrid is going to have 3 costumes, I guess. But I don't think that...
I don't know. I guess I am one of the few that I really enjoy playing as Ingrid.
I mean, I don't know enough to really like say, oh, Ingrid sucks or Ingrid is whatever, right?
She did.
Oh, she did suck? Okay. She's not even like a good character. She's kind of just like there just because like the whole...
Yeah, she was pretty much there.
Like, yeah, like the whole like gothic Lolita sort of trend or whatever.
And that she was really annoying sometimes. If you knew how to land her, if you did land her her counters.
Uh huh. So what? So wait, she's a counter sort of character. Like she has like parries.
She has parries that pretty much like when she does parry you, she just flies you up into the air.
Oh.
Silly.
Where is she from again? Is she from Alpha or is she from
She's from the Alpha series.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And that was her last time that she shined was in Capcom Fighting Evolution, and that was
I remember that game. Oh my god.
I have it.
Oh wow.
I'm sorry, it's a piece of shit.
Yeah, it's one of those like asset dump sort of games. They just literally took a lot of the stuff from other fighting games and just smashed it into one, but it didn't even work.
That's why again, it's like you have Red Earth, make another Red Earth.
Yeah. You know, it could be another. I mean, like, I'm seeing it's male, but it could be like up in the air. You know, it could be from another Capcom franchise. It could be from Red Earth. It could be from Darkstalkers, possibly.
What the fuck are those games? Capcom doesn't know what they are.
I mean, you say that, but the costumes are there. You know.
I know the costumes are there, which is like again, like just make it.
Yeah. It's
Please.
weird. I mean, you know how people in suits are. It's like even niche.
They just want to see. They just want to see the money, and it's like you get the money if you do it correctly.
Yeah, that's what happened with Ubisoft for years until now. Hopefully, you get back into it. But back to here, who the hell knows who's going to be? But with all that said, I mean, we'll see when that character is revealed and all. But
That'd be Mario from Super Mario.
Mario, oh my god, dude, this is gonna be like the game that will break all the rules for Street Fighter, dude. It's gonna be like Smash. Oh man. It's gonna the foundation of this gaming universe is gonna crumble and it's gonna be like I don't know, it's gonna be like limbo or something because there's no rules anymore. There wouldn't be. If Mario makes it into if we see Mario in a PlayStation fucking platform, it's over. What is life anymore for gamers?
I mean, I wouldn't mind if the last character is a Tekken character, all because you know it's like.
Oh yeah, kind of been done.
A thank you.
Yeah.
From Tekken saying, you know, thank you for letting us use Akuma. So here's Jin or Heihachi.
Yeah. That's a good sort of incentive or excuse to have a guest character from there, right?
Like to me, that would be like a good like business deal. Like, okay, you borrow someone from us, so at least do the courtesy.
Yeah, I mean they did that with Harumaru in Soulcalibur, you know what I mean? They have did they have someone from Oh no, they don't. Never mind, I'm sorry. I thought they did, but I don't know. They have that what do you call? That one character from that Chinese mobile game in Samurai Showdown. And also that one dude from For Honor, which is really random, but whatever. Anywho.
Oh yeah, For Honor. Oh my god.
Remember that game?
That was the hit scratcher of the day. Going like, what is this?
Uh-huh.
Can you explain?
Mm-hmm.
My mind cannot understand your logic on this.
Mm. So to cover the rest of the roadmap here, or at least what was revealed, sort of. So we're getting a new stage, or at least for Winter 2020, we're getting Dan, 4 costumes, CPT 2021 stage, more costumes, new battle mechanic, which is kind of interesting, but probably it's gonna be just like another critical art, you know. So probably that, which it will be cool, but it would kind of like be like that's like a no-brainer, right? New balancing, of course. In spring 2021, we get Rose with 5 costumes, new Rose stage, and more costumes. What do you know? And in summer 2021, we're getting Oro with the 3 costumes, Akira Kazama with 5 costumes, and Akira Kazama stage. And then by fall 2021, we're getting mystery character, new CPT stage, and new CPT costumes, and new balancing. So, of course, the scheduling is said to be subject to change, so it's still potentially up in the air as to when will stuff or when and what will happen with this roadmap. So,
yep.
So yeah, we're getting a lot longer lifetime with Street Fighter 5 than a lot of people have been expecting. What do you think of that? Or anything else if you wanted to comment on the new stuff?
I think if I wanna be skeptical,
Yeah.
this is the last, hopefully, the last season.
Oh yeah, they've addressed clearly that this is going to be the final season. This is going to be the final batch of characters that they'll add to the game.
And then all of a sudden, here comes Street Fighter number 6.
Yeah, that's
featuring Marvel.
That's the one to break all the rules. I can definitely see them sort of taking a break from Street Fighter, like they'll have it like in the background, right? But then have like another Capcom fighter in the works, closer to being completed, and then that's gonna be the fighter for a little bit, and then we'll see Street Fighter 6 being revealed and all that fun stuff, right? Or they could go straight into 6. I don't know. That's also another possible scenario, but I think that won't be a thing until like at least 2022 by the end of it, or early 2023. So because I think we'll still have another CPT season for 2022, because guess what, we're getting a stage for it, so it's still going a lot longer. So that's definitely plenty of time for something to be revealed, for a new fighting game. Something to be revealed or teased, at least. So it could be Street Fighter 6, like you mentioned, or it could be Marvel 4. Or it could be a
Marvel 4.
I know. I'm just being silly there.
I know.
But it could be Marvel versus Capcom something,
Tatsunoko versus Capcom 2.
Oh, I'd be sick. I'd be down for that. It could be a Capcom All Stars, dude.
What
do you mean by that?
Jazz music stops abruptly. Like it.
Hey man, that's more possible than Marvel 4, dude. Come on. That's something I would prefer, honestly, just because like the way like the Marvel Cinematic Universe fucking side of things are like really real bitches.
It's because Marvel during Infinite's time didn't know what the hell they wanted.
Yeah, they were
And
just.
we want to promote the movies. Okay, you're doing that by yourselves,
Yeah, you're already like doing good with the movies themselves, so we don't really need to like promote it more with the game. Like, what the fuck? Can we just pick the characters we want in our game? No.
It's like, no? Okay, well, fuck you too. Bye.
You're using Marvel, and we're telling you to promote the movie further. So use only the characters that that are in the MCU. Although except Venom, even though he has Sony.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that day that Venom shows up in the MCU.
Oh yeah, oh man. We'll definitely.
Which hopefully it is gonna be Tom Hardy's Venom.
Yeah, right.
To further, seal the deal that Disney is a titan not to mess with.
Yeah, yeah.
I will I will buy this from you. This is mine now.
Yeah. So there have been a lot of questions, regarding to the roadmap, the season 5. What's up? What's next? Besides the characters, who's the last character? Such like that. But some people have been asking about Ono. Where has he been? We actually found out early in the morning. At least I did. So let me bring up his statement. So he had a tweet featuring 2 images of his statements. He prefaces by talking about COVID and hopefully hope everyone's been doing hoping everyone's hanging in there, talking about how CPT has been handled and stuff like that, and how grateful he has been. And following that, he announces that he is leaving the company, Capcom, altogether. After working 30 years, Ono is officially resigning his position from Capcom entirely. I will read something from his statement. So it says, after serving almost 30 years at Capcom, I am leaving the company in this summer. This means I will resign my position as brand manager for Capcom's various titles, including Street Fighter. Next page. Capcom's
Again.
Yeah, and the finger lick and I hate people who do that. Anyway, Capcom staff in the new generation will continue taking care of the Street Fighter brand and leading the World Warriors. And I do believe that they will continue making Street Fighter extraordinary. I will look forward to seeing the new Street Fighter brand, and how it's going to be expanded as just one of the regular gamers next time around. And let me see. Okay. Again, to many players, FGC and its operations staff, and all the Street Fighter fans, thank you so much for your continued support. I regret that I, as the Street Fighter series executive producer, wasn't able to do Shoryuken together with you all at each event in 2020. So please allow me to shout as my closing statement in this message to you. 3, 2, 1. Shoryuken!
Dive kick.
Dive kick. Hey man, if you meter burn Shoryuken, Shoryuken will beat it. Yep. So did you have any words for Ono, or any comments about Ono?
Take care of Blanca-chan, boy.
Yeah. You wanted to make sure that it was in a docket. I mean, was there anything that you wanted to say about Ono, or was that
Oh, more like on a personal level, because I only met him once.
Yeah.
Last year. He was really fun.
Yeah.
Just talk to, like, for a good 1 minute.
Uh-huh.
And he was really grateful that, because I gave mostly everyone that I wanted to see, treats from Hawaii. And he's like, and I could understand some of the Japanese he was saying, and he pretty much said, I want to go back to Hawaii to buy more of these. And I was like, yes!
Nice. Yeah, my encounter with him was a lot more brief. I just took a picture with him and such, but from the brief exchange that I had with him, he was very nice. He was very, like, fun, enthusiastic, very energetic, and very, like, grateful that I'm even, like, I'm taking my time to, like, take a picture with him. It's like, no, I should be thanking you for even.
Yeah, it's like, we should be thanking you because you're busy, and we're taking, like, maybe a close minute to just set this all up for just a snap, and that's it.
Yeah, but he's the one thinking all the people who come up to him and such. But it's understandable of how he feels. It's just unfortunate that like Ono, like with his name and such, like kind of like I don't want to say tarnish, but there were times where like especially during the beginning of Street Fighter 5 and MVCI altogether, because of his name being like kind of tied to them, may have been like one of the deciding factors as to like maybe perhaps it was Capcom's decision that they let him go. I hope it was his decision, but
Yeah, I hope it was like he left. He is leaving Capcom on good terms. That's all I'm asking.
yeah, definitely. Unfortunately, people have been sort of stirring up like rumors, like like he what do you call it? Like ran his staff like to the ground or something like that during development or whatever, or like I don't know, but that could be something he may share in the future. But I think in fact what he did in fact was inject life into Street Fighter as a whole. A lot of people have been saying like he was responsible for Street Fighter 4 to even make it happen, and also was one of the ones responsible for even having CBT in the first place, which is Capcom Pro Tour and Capcom Cup. All that stuff happened because of him and probably other individuals, but a lot of this stuff has been gone back to him. So of course he's hugely responsible for this like this like next level of esports or just competitive play for Street Fighter. And just like the fact that with Street Fighter 4 it kind of like injected this like this adrenaline to make Street Fighter a thing again, relative and a lot of gamers and just like everyone alike, which is why it's been featured on ESPN at some point. People are aware about it, thanks to this man and possibly other people. Probably others like Seth Killian and such, which
Seth.
Yes, the great Seth Killian. Yes, he in fact is somehow responsible for it, and therefore he is definitely at least indirectly responsible for a lot of the people that from the FGC that are relative now, thanks to this guy. And naturally, a lot of those people have been really thankful for Ono to give him this spotlight, thanks to him. And it seems like from even the big FGC figures, they were all thankful for him. It's just kind of like the weird sort of individuals from the I guess darker parts of the FGC are like, oh, Ono did this, Ono did that. It's like, all right, well, I mean, who really knows what went behind the doors and such. And I think even if some of those things are true, at least, or to some degree, that's just business. That's sometimes you have to do what it takes to keep this game alive. And Ono probably was put into that position by Capcom. You know what I mean? So who is really to blame? Is it really Ono, or is it actually Capcom? But they wanted Ono to take the blame, which pretty much what happened.
I am to blame.
Yeah.
I took the monkey paw.
Yeah. I mean, that's what unfortunately happened with Ono for sure, though, which is him getting blamed on when it came to all the faults of MVCI and SF5 and let's not forget Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Remember that game? Ono.
Vietnam flashback.
Ono was a big part of that. So I mean, this guy started off as a sound producer for the Alpha games, I think. And then yeah, he moved on up to producer and all that stuff. I think during Street Fighter 4, if I'm correct. If not 5, or not, if not Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and of course he was producer for Street Fighter 5 and such. And this guy always had the enthusiasm, the energy, the excitement, even though he couldn't speak English, but he tried anyway. So I do appreciate that and respect that.
It was cute.
Oh yeah, you know, it was something to just laugh with him, not, you know, at him or anything like that, you know. And not to mention he wore all those costumes, you know what I mean, like just to express how much he loves Street Fighter. And the guy was just always happy. He always had a smile on his face, no matter what the circumstances were. Remember when fucking there was that big leak during last year's reveals? You know, the last Evo's reveals? I can only imagine like how like bummed out he was behind the doors or behind the scenes. Like they try to do their absolute hardest to, like, you know, bring hype and surprise and all that stuff for Street Fighter 5 fans, or just Street Fighter fans in general. And then that happened because Steam fucked up. So I can only imagine how like bummed out he was in that case. But like, you know, the guy took a lot of stress, and that might have been a factor as well as to why he's leaving. Maybe it's just like the overall sort of burden that he carried on his shoulders, and he just wants to just get away from that now.
He wants the younger generations to suffer now.
Yeah, I mean, you know, to carry on that sort of burden, but in turn they get to be the ones who make Street Fighter, not him. And he knows. I'm sure he knows it, you know. But kind of like what he said in the statement, he'll be happy to like see where this goes. So much respect to Mr. Ono, and best of luck and wishes for the man on his future endeavors, and hopefully he can well, hopefully we can see him somewhere, you know, later on. Did you have anything else for Ono?
At least come visit Evo.
I think he will. I think he definitely will. Whenever that comes back up, you know. I think by the time we're all back to normal, well, quote unquote normal, when it comes to tournaments and such, he'll be there with a new position or title on his name. So hopefully that can happen. But I think for now he'll take a break and see where this goes. Like kick back and sort of relax for a bit, and then yeah, he'll make his next move for sure. So yeah, that's it on that part, which was a big thing within the Street Fighter sort of fan base or community. The man loved Blanca. I'll say that much too. And I hope that he'll always have that same sort of glee on his face and energy that he had for Street Fighter. Maybe he'll present for Sega or something. I don't know, when it comes to like Virtual Fighter or something. That'd be kind of sick. Or maybe for just like a different company, you know. We'll see.
So much is happening this year. Can't keep up.
So much. All right.
Falling down.
Yeah, a lot, definitely a lot has happened this time around. Anyways, a little more on the fighting game news. Ed Boon tweeted out some thoughts that he had regarding to tournaments. Speaking of which, he said after COVID, I'd love to do a NetherRealm Cup, including all of our recent games, which included MK9, Injustice 1, MKX, Injustice 2, and MK11. What do you think of that?
What?
That's a lot of games, dude. Like, man.
It's like, sir, you gotta slow down.
Yeah.
You cannot just jump into something like this out of nowhere.
Yeah, definitely for MK11, I can understand that. MKX would be cool. 9 would be kind of interesting. I can't really say which Injustice game should be the one. I mean, maybe Injustice 2, but just because it looks cleaner. But I feel like Injustice 1 had like the more like more dynamic energy, you know what I mean? Just because of what you could do in the game. But I don't know.
No, because right now I think this is just a stirring the pot, like.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. Nothing is concrete or nothing. It's just something he had in his mind and wanted to say it, you know. But the idea of it would be pretty cool if he can pull it off with his crew. So thought I'd throw that out there. Pretty cool if it can happen, but that'll be pretty difficult to pull off. It's not on the docket, but I did want to mention this as well. So, WB Games wanted to sell off the gaming division of things, or WB as a whole wanted to sell off their gaming division as a whole for some reason. But now, as of recent, they pulled back on it. They're like, no, we're not selling anymore. I think they realized they're like, yeah, we did pretty good with Mortal Kombat and the Batman stuff, so why sell it off, you know?
No, because they were like, yeah, okay, we're gonna sell this. Here comes Disney. Oh wait, nope. The
Yeah.
mouse is coming.
The mouse is coming.
Oh, what is this?
Oh!
Oh, like, oh, no, Mickey, no.
That's definitely a funny scenario to think about. But I wonder what even led to them doing it in the first place, right? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, why? It's like, Mortal Kombat is big. The Batman games are big. It's like, what?
Probably like they were seeing like, oh, you know, they were looking at a future timeline where video games wasn't being profitable, and then all of a sudden, like, wait, we're stupid.
Yeah, I think they probably had a realization, like, yeah, wait a minute. I think we should probably not do this. You know what I mean? Like Activision was like a potential buyer, and they're like, they're probably gonna fuck up our shit, so we're not gonna.
I was like, wait, Activision? Weren't they the ones fucking over Blizzard? Yes.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly. I don't think they want those buyers to fuck up their shit. I think that's what happened. So, good on them. They're still they can still chug along and see where that goes. Meanwhile, more on the Switch side of things now. There was a rating for No More Heroes. So that was like a little leak to show that, hey, No More Heroes 1 and 2 are coming to the Switch as probably like ports, or maybe, or like, oh yeah, HD ports definitely, but like maybe perhaps some sort of soft remaster. I don't know. Well, what? The Swatch?
For the Swatch.
Oh yeah, the Swatch, yeah.
But I mean, good on them. And if they can kind of utilize the Joy-Cons,
Yeah.
again, good on them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this came from Taiwan, to be exact. They had a rating board from Taiwan with the name No More Heroes coming, that came into mind. Or not came to mind, but it came up in the thing. So that was kind of like a leak, like, hey, like, it is coming to the Switch, I guess, at some point.
It's like Oops.
Yeah, oops. It happens. It has happened before with other games too, and this is just one of
Or
them.
maybe it's not an oops. Maybe it's a oopsies.
Yeah, like it was a strategic leak. It's a fake leak.
He was a pretty much. Did I do that?
Yeah. Very cool. If that's actually true, cool. It's appropriate because No More Heroes 3 is coming out for the Switch, and I am one of those people who want to get my hands on it so I can understand what's going on, and I think it's interesting enough for me to try to get into it, but it's kind of hard to get back onto the Wii just because of how old it is and such. I much rather see No More Heroes with that HD sort of polish. Yeah, exactly. It would be nice if that exists. I'd rather experience that. So, what about you? Are you interested in No More Heroes at all?
Nope.
No.
I just watched other people play it.
Fair enough.
Now, if he came to Smash,
Yeah.
then maybe.
So, as I mentioned, Shin Megami Tensei.
Skip.
As
No one cares about this game.
Oh, you say that, but
I see.
yeah, a lot of people have been waiting for this game. So we had a 2021 release that was revealed from the mini direct, right? They didn't say when, but apparently, according to a financial report from Sega, it is during first quarter of 2021. So a lot more sooner than people think. There was a sort of image involving Sega showing off what they're gonna do and such for I'm thinking next year, or it is next year. So right here it says so early 2021, March being the latest, I guess, according to this, and Shin Megami Tensei is one of them, along with other games, I guess, with Nocturne Remaster, and there's other games like Humankind and War Saga. There's that. But other news involving with the Switch, we had a update with Smash Ultimate out of nowhere.
Jeez.
Smash. Me and the boys have actually been playing it quite a bit. This update involved with Small Battlefield being a brand new stage, which is basically Battlefield without the third platform on top, or the top platform, I should say. Where it's kind of Pokemon Stadium or whatever, for those kind of stages. And apparently, the music selection is entirely open for these stages, Battlefield, Final Destination, and such. I think it says, let me just read it, because it says, this update includes a new stage, Battlefield. Plus, you are able to select from all music tracks when playing on Final Destination and Battlefield stages. So, does that mean all the music, or is it just all the Battlefield music? You know what I mean? So that to me is a little confusing, 'cause I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah, that sounds a little confusing.
Sometimes I don't really pay attention to the music. It's pretty much.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of there, sure, but yeah. But I mean, if that's true for having all the music, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's appropriate. Apparently, also, there was a. Sorry, you want to say something?
Yeah, I was going to say you kind of forgot that they also updated the connection, the netcode.
Yeah. I was actually gonna try to bring that up next. So.
Where are you going? Why you turned that off?
Yeah. My brain kind of my brain kind of like went ahead of itself, you know. So apparently it's supposed to be some sort of update to the online. Oh, never mind. It just says how to update it. Update to the online experience somehow. It might be like just like matchmaking or something like that, or actual connection quality.
From the matches that I had with a friend,
Mm-hmm.
starts with a C. You know who he is.
Ah, okay.
Because he plays on LAN adapter. I play Wi-Fi. Yes, I'm a Wi-Fi idiot. It was more stable than previous versions. There was only like maybe out of the I might be exaggerating, but sometimes we go up to that number. In our 100 matches, there were only like maybe 3 hiccups.
Uh-huh.
Whereas before the version, this new update, if we did like 50 matches, 20 of those you will see like hiccups up the ass, and you'll be like, I'm dead.
I see. Okay.
I'm not doing anything, but yeah. But I haven't tested it, or we haven't tested it, with like bigger groups.
Yeah.
It's always been 1v1.
Yeah.
So I don't know about you guys. I see you guys play it, but so it's like when there's like when there's 4 people on the field, how stable is it?
Well, that's the thing. Like, we haven't really tested that part either, but we did do 1v1s like you guys, and it pretty much kind of like what you said. It's for the most part, it was stable, and there were some hiccups here and there.
Yeah. But it wasn't like frequent. Like, oh
it wasn't.
my God, I put this controller down. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah. It was kind of like some hiccups here and there. That's pretty much about it. But might be a different story once we actually play 4-player Smash online. So that could be still an issue more prominently, but really otherwise though, like it's not like revolutionary or nothing like that, but maybe a little cleaner connection. I don't know. Maybe just like a placebo effect or something. I don't know.
I don't know either, but
yeah,
I'm enjoying these matches, these stable matches now that I can actually like. Oh wait, I can record, because sometimes I forget. It's like, oh wait, I have an Elgato.
Yeah.
Plug.
Mm-hmm.
Which I made a video about 2 days ago.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm not gonna link it. You gotta find it yourself.
Well, whatever your YouTube channel is, I'll link in the description.
Don't you dare. I have too much porn in there. Yes.
Oh, do you? Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, the merrier. Anyway, so we had some updates, which is really cool.
Came out of nowhere.
Yeah, out of nowhere. It was during Sakurai's birthday, right? So I was like what?
Happy birthday from me to you to me. It's like, what?
Yeah.
It's like, sorry, that's not how it works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know that you get the presents, right? You don't give the presents to, Yeah.
It's like, all these presents are for you. Oh no, those are for everyone. It's like, no.
No. I can't say no, but no.
I mean, thank you.
Yeah, exactly. So that's that.
Oh, that's that.
Yeah, that's that for Smash. Cuphead is is back on the map again because it's now out on the PlayStation. Whoa!
Yes, it is.
Whoa! What's that all about? But yeah, Sony or PlayStation's Twitter was like, "Hey, we got Cuphead now." What?
What? This late in the game? Yes.
Yeah.
I guess it's because, like, when you think about it, working from like PC and Xbox, they're pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
But then when you try to, like, not convert, but what's it called?
Port.
Yeah, port it to other consoles, then maybe that's where you hit the snag.
Yeah.
aka the PS3.
Oh man, those were the days. All the games were made for Xbox 360, and most of them were ported to the PS3.
That's why I feel his Platinum Game actually saying that they were very disappointed in their port with Bayonetta 1. It's like, yeah,
Yeah,
that was a thing.
I remember that. That port was hot garbage, but the game itself was great.
The game was great. It was just
Frame rate and all that shit.
10 to 15 seconds to wait for the freaking pause menu to pop up. Yeah,
Ugh.
shoot me in the dick and call me Sally.
Yeah. It was rough, but the game was still bearable enough for me to like it.
But
Yeah.
when I was watching my friend play it on her 360, I was like, what is this?
Like, what is this?
Why are you faster?
Yeah. Are you sure you're playing like Bayonetta 2 or something?
At the moment, like, we didn't know if Bayonetta 2 was gonna be made.
Yeah, right.
Which again, hey Platinum, just wave like a little picture of Bayonetta 3, please.
Yeah, still nothing, right? Man.
Don't be a square.
Square Enix?
Yeah, Square Enix, and just say, oh, it's the development is fine. It's like, no. Let us see.
Yeah. I get it. Yep, Cuphead is on PS4, so pretty cool. What does that mean for Xbox 360 or Xbox games in the future? Who the fuck knows?
But I think it's also because with Cuphead, they're also trying to promote, because you can also watch Netflix, I believe, on the PS4.
Oh,
Right?
yeah. I
I
guess.
think it's another way of them promoting. Hey, remember we're having a Netflix series.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I could. Yeah,
I mean,
didn't think
that's
about
my
that.
take on this.
Yeah, I didn't think about
Like,
that. Yeah.
place all your assets so you can like cash out at the end.
Yeah. Huh. I
But
didn't
yeah,
think
that's me using my small big brain.
small big brain. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah. That could be a way to promote the Netflix series. Because yeah, I
Because
mean,
again,
yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, because again, you can watch Netflix on the Switch as well. So
Wait. Can you?
I think.
I thought it was just Hulu.
Let me go check.
Yeah.
To the interwebs.
Into the interweb.
Netflix on. I said on Switch, not on Swatch.
Swatch.
I guess you can watch it if you mod your Swatch.
Oh, it's modded, of course.
But still, yeah, maybe that's a future update for the Swatch. You
Hopefully.
get to watch Netflix or some streaming stuff.
Yeah. I think it's just Hulu for it now.
Hoodoo.
Yeah. Well, so Sony got something cool, but Sony is done fucked up in the in another game.
When hasn't Sony ever fuck up?
Yeah, right.
That's the that's the lovely question of the year.
Yeah. So it involves with Marvel Avengers, right? On the PlayStation 4 only, you get to have one extra hero exclusively on there, which is the beloved friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Now, is it gonna be Tom Holland Spider-Man, or Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, or Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, or Yuri Lowenthal?
Yuri Lowenthal. It's gotta be Yuri Lowenthal.
Or it could be the '90s Spider-Man.
Oh gosh, that Peter Parker. Oh man, those would be memories. The one where Mary Jane was evaporating because she got Hydra Man's powers for somehow. I forgot how that happened, but
I think she was. No, you're right, because she was a clone with Hydra Man's powers in her, and then came to that meme.
Yeah, of her evaporating completely, and he's like, no, no.
That guy had some chops for screaming like
Oh,
that.
dude, yeah. When I first saw that, I felt Spider-Man fucking that's just losing Mary Jane. I was like, no. When I was a
I
kid.
think I was on that episode. Like I was half asleep, and then all of a sudden that no came up. I was like, "Oh God,
Yeah.
what did I miss?"
Yeah.
It's like I rose from the dead.
So yeah, meaning none of the other systems like PC and Xbox aren't getting anything out of it. No console exclusive character or anything like that. So
No, there's gonna be a console exclusive for the 360.
or you mean
gonna be
a Series X?
Yeah, sure, whatever. No, it's still a 360.
All right. Well, we'll spit it.
It's gonna be a Master Chief.
Don't you know? No, don't you mean the X-Men? Come on, the X-Men on the Xbox.
No, because Foxman is owned by Fox, and who owns Fox? A Disney.
Disney.
And Disney is partner with Sony.
You're right.
Maybe that's what we should call Disney now. Disney.
Disney. Man.
Where are you going today? Disney World.
Disney. Maki Mouse.
Monkey Mouse.
Maki Mouse. No, there's no meh. We're only say Disney.
Disney sounds like a German drink.
Yeah, right, Disney. You're right.
Give me a Disney. It's like, what's that?
Yeah. A lot of people have been comparing it to the Soulcalibur stuff, but I think it's not bad or anything because they actually have each system had its own character, right? But here it's only the PlayStation that's getting Spider-Man of all characters because Spider-Man is like really popular, very beloved. A lot of people have Spider-Man as like their favorites and such, especially with Tom Holland and all that stuff over the years. So and not to mention Miles Morales is coming up. Of course people are gonna get mad about that. I understand. I sympathize with them. It's like, why?
Yeah. But again, like for this Avengers, because it looks good.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna buy it. It's probably gonna be a red box.
A red box? Oh man. A red box game.
Because I'm already gonna have a game similar-ish to Marvel Avengers, and that's Godfall. So I don't want to have two.
You're
games
right.
Kind of have to
Yeah.
farm shit
On 2 games? Oh yeah, dude. Oh my god.
And anyways, and I don't know how long the Avengers game is gonna come out for the PS5. So
Yeah.
hell no, I'm gonna buy it for my PS4. I think my PS4 is knock on wood, it's already on its last leg
Oh yeah.
because it's a Gen 1. So
Oh man.
yeah. Unless somebody wants to buy me a new PS4 Pro, go right ahead.
That would be the worst purchase at this point, because
Yes.
we're already reaching to more towards
Actually, no,
September.
the worst purchase right now is buying 2 PS5s.
Why would you do that?
Because boyfriend was bitching about how So I was like, you want me to buy you a PS5? Yes. Okay, here's $500 ready. You want it?
Jesus.
So that's his Christmas present.
Oh yeah.
Well, for me, I think I'm gonna spend more than him on my PS5.
Mm.
Extra controller, all these other fucking accessories, because I'm a dumbass.
That's how they get you. But speaking of controllers, I don't think we have this on the docket, but I don't think we talked about the PS4 controls not working with the games or whatever for PlayStation 5 games. I mean, like,
Of course,
like,
because
yeah. Go ahead.
that's what I felt. I mean, I had to find out the hard way when I bought my PS4 and I didn't have a extra controller, so I was like, maybe my PS3 controller would work. Nope.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Because like, well, that one is like, because PlayStation 3 controllers didn't use Bluetooth, didn't they? I think that it had its own thing, right? I don't remember that being Bluetooth.
That I can't remember.
It's been really long time, so I don't know. But I don't remember being Bluetooth. I mean, I could be crazy, but I don't remember that being Bluetooth. Maybe, I mean, that could. So
How we're guessing right now, we have technology in front of us.
I know, right? But just look this fucking shit up.
Oh, what is this? What is that? What is that blurred picture of Amazon? Trying to hide your selections.
Let me see. Oh, I'm stupid. It does use Bluetooth technology. All right, fine. I'm wrong. I am crazy. It did use Bluetooth technology. But either way, the PlayStation 3 controllers didn't, like, it's kind of like the similar thing with PS4 to PS5. Obviously, PS5's controller is gonna have like different technologies being, going on, right? So of course, the PlayStation 4 controllers aren't gonna work with that. So to me, like, I don't see why that should be looked at as a surprise, but what's kind of scary is the arcade sticks for fighting games for the future. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, if it's not a big ass like technical jump, then it should be doable.
Yeah. I mean, there's always the Brooks converter route with PS4 to PS5 sticks or ports or whatever. That could be an easy conversion. So if anyone still wants to hang on to those PlayStation 4 controller or arcade sticks or fight sticks, I'm pretty sure Brooks converter can pull through and have those converters for PS5, and we can use our sticks from there, So I mean, it shouldn't be that big of an issue, but it is, like, the way it was worded, it was like, would that mean the, all those other controllers and peripherals, like, work? You know what I mean? Like the steering wheel, the some sort of flight stick that might have come out for PlayStation 4. I don't know. All those third-party controllers. But when it comes to the DualShock 4 to PlayStation 5, it's like, okay, that's that's obvious. Oh, hello.
So that's what you think about the controller, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. They're gonna be expensive as fuck, man. That's where to get you, man. That's why they want you to get those PS5 controllers, man.
Yeah, that's what I say to my friends. You're not once you buy on the first day of the PS5, you're not buying games. You're buying accessories.
Yeah.
The games is luxury.
Yeah. It's funny, like one of my coworkers is like, oh yeah, I'm all saved up for the PlayStation 5. I'm like, no, you're not.
He's like, no, you ain't. That's a blatant lie.
Yeah. You still need to get the controllers, the chargers, the cables.
Charger station, the cables, probably like the stands.
Yeah. Whatever like hardware peripherals you need to like make room for your PlayStation 5, or the of course the most important thing, the games, dude. The games.
Well, as I said, the games are like the luxury part.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, and then like, in case you're like not satisfied with the hard drive, you gotta have more.
You can switch it out.
Yeah. There's external hard space you can have, but still, like, point being, man, you're if you think you just need the PlayStation 5 itself, man. If you think $500, is enough. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's pretty much. Have you learned nothing with the PS4?
Yeah, dude. If you think you have $500 and that's enough for the PlayStation 5, you are absolutely mistaken, man. The controllers, all that stuff.
Unless you buy the bundle.
If it does come with a bundle, which I imagine will, then sure.
Yeah, it's like good on you, mate.
Yeah, I mean, and there's always the store bundles, like the Best Buy does, or what GameStop does, or Target does, those kind of places. I imagine Best Buy will have like those bundles with like those third-party accessories, which I don't trust completely, but
Well, that's the thing I'm waiting for. Like I know they're dying, but I kind of want to see the GameStop's bundle. Like, what are you putting with it?
Yeah. That's definitely
to give me to give you my money.
Yeah.
Even though I say that now, but my old boss from GameStop called me. He's like, "I put you on the list." I was like, "What list?"
Oh yeah.
For the PS5. He's like, "What do you mean?"
Oh yeah. I remember you saying that.
You just gotta have to pay $100 for like the down payment, and I was like, "Oh, okay." I'm going back to sleep. Bye.
All right. Let me click on this real quick. See.
Yes, Pikmin.
Oh yeah, sorry. Let me see.
The Pikmin.
This is just more about the Spider-Man thing, I guess. I think. But wow, okay, it says let me see. When it comes to cosmetics, PlayStation players will have a 30-day exclusive access to a legendary outfit, legendary emote, epic takedown, nameplate for each superhero that they release. They also have this is also for the 6 launch heroes. In addition, we all also have rewards for those with the PlayStation Plus subscription. For each superhero added to the game post launch, Hawkeye included, all PlayStation Plus members will receive a free bundle that contains a rare outfit, nameplate, and 100 credits to celebrate the addition of another Avenger to the roster. At launch, we'll have a free bundle for Miss Marvel, available for PlayStation Plus members to embiggen our love for Kamala, excuse me. Man, that is a bigger spit on the Xbox people. Damn. That's a way to wrap up that news. Alright, so I think now we can definitely move on to Le Pikmin. Zawa, are you still with me?
Did I die yet?
You kind of like cut off there for a second. I was like, uh-oh. But let me just finish up this statement.
Because I was pulling my keyboard out of out of its tray so I can type something, but I didn't know if you heard the big ass squeak, so I was like, oh shit.
Oh, you're good. You're good. So, anyways, in Pikmin news, strangely enough, oh, that's weird. Oh no, wait, I didn't. Aha.
Oh, he was showing off his things, kids.
Yes, my stash. So we got a port for the Switch when it comes to Pikmin 3. Wildly enough. So if you take a look at this, man, let's take a look at the game, dude. Look at them Wii U graphics.
Oh, I'm gonna fuck that thing tonight.
No, man. Right?
I mean, I never played 3, but I have more of a attachment onto Pikmin 1 and 2 instead. You know?
I see.
I mean, will this be the port that makes me want to play it? Probably not.
Yeah. Yeah, look at that, the enemy or whatever. It looks so like, man, you can see the age of it. But it's not to say that the game looks bad or anything. It's definitely more on the stylish side, but you can definitely tell of how much the Wii U is dated in graphics.
Yep.
But you know, out of nowhere though, I mean,
Is it anniversary time? Is that why?
it might be. Maybe that's why. It is coming October 30th. For those who are curious. Oh God, the comments are
Sexy.
Yes, let's just leave it at that. So anyway, so that's kind of cool. Meanwhile, more on the Switch stuff. We got more updates for Animal Crossing. The August updates showed up. So we got weekly fireworks for August. So every Sunday, 8 o'clock, or starting from 8 o'clock, you can see the fireworks in your town. Other players can visit your island via dreams. So that means you don't have to like set up all this stuff, like open the gate or like have you don't need to take your time to just for people to like visit you. Now you just like I think you just have to open the gate and then you just like now be passive or whatever, as long as you have your dream code or whatever, like, or dream thing activate or something like that. I don't know how it works exactly because I haven't like tried it out.
It's a bit in their kitchen. What's wrong with you?
So I guess
you're frick. What's that guy's name from Food Wars?
Soma?
Shoma. There we go. I remember. I remember berries.
Yeah. So yeah, now and then most importantly, we have now the ability to back up our island and restore it, which was a very requested feature, which it was kind of controversial at the time when it was launched. We just couldn't just save our data in the Nintendo Cloud or whatever, which was weird. I don't know why, but
I kind of want another feature to be implemented into Animal Crossing.
Yes.
Which I don't care if it's you have to pay for it. I want you be able to change your region from south to north and north to south. You know.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's you can do it for, the one time free or you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Put that feature in, because I'm sure there are some players that did regret of choosing the wrong region or hemisphere. Sorry.
Oh yeah, but maybe by mistake or something, or just like I see, I get it.
But this feature about the Dreamland, like, I don't know.
It is a little weird, but It's just for people to visit their other people's towns without having to like.
And then, I guess the animal that does, that does take you to dreamland. I forget what they're called, but it's this. It's the
Are there
not
like
animal,
anteaters
but-
or something like that?
well, there's. It starts with a T.
Oh,
it's what,
okay, no,
Drowsy-
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
What Drowsy is the Pokemon Drowsy is based off of.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. It's not the anteater. Yeah, it's some of it's like some. I think they're from like it's not Malaysia. I don't know. Maybe it could be Malaysia. I don't know. From those like.
I think it is Malaysia. Let me
Yeah.
check.
Yeah, from that region. They're like supposedly like dream eaters and such. In pathology. And Pokemon made that reference a long time ago.
Okay, so in Japanese mythology, it's the Baku,
Oh, okay.
but I forgot what the animal is called.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Malaysian top tier.
Oh, top here. Yeah.
Or I don't know how to pronounce it. Yeah,
The tapper, I think. I don't know.
I type in.
You type in.
I type.
Yeah, tapir. Yeah. I get what you're saying. Yeah. That animal. So yep, that's it for the Animal Crossing news when it comes to updates and such. There was something I do want to mention. This was from Reggie Feels on Me, the former Nintendo of America president, put out this tweet regarding to the stats of the Nintendo Switch being compared to other Nintendo consoles from the past. So,
Of course, Wii U is at the bottom.
yeah, right. So it talks about the sales in comparison to each other, right? So, of course, the Wii is still the most sold console of all time when it comes to Nintendo stuff. And then second would be the original NES or NES. And third is where the Nintendo Switch is right now. But it's really closing in on the NES just by about 0.5 million-ish. Which is pretty cool. Will it outsell the Wii at some point? Hard to say. It all depends on what they do with the games. So, but it's already ranked third, so that's pretty good, pretty solid. Sadly, the Wii U, yes, as Zawarudo said, is dead last. And then one of my favorite consoles of all time.
Sadly, it was too ambitious for them.
I mean, I don't know. I like the Wii U. I like the Wii U for what it was trying to be.
I mean, the Wii U gave us again Bayonetta 2 and such. But some of its games to me was like, what?
Hey man, I had good memories with the Wii U. I mean, I mentioned this before when we had more people on the podcast in the past. That was where we got connected more, You, me, Endergamma, and Quiet at the time. We all played Smash together.
Yep, you guys all smashed me.
Especially
Still not gonna put that down,
with the little
We have
Max,
the clips.
the
We
Falcon
have
Punch.
evidence.
Oh, those are the good memories.
For you,
Were
you
you?
take me out and you just freaking fisted me. I'm like, oh, okay. Yes.
Mhm. Oh yeah, so for reference, the Nintendo Switch right now has 61.44 million units sold.
Yep.
And then meanwhile, with a Wii is still rocking it at 101 million and or 101.63 million. There you go.
I was like, you okay, sir?
Yeah, my brain. Yeah.
Numbers is hard, I know.
Yes, they are very hard. So yep, that's it on that part. So some direct news, sort of. The state of play happened, sort of. It was like, I mean, it was kind of like a middle of the road sort of state of play, because didn't really talk about some of the stuff that was like really exciting a lot of people, unless you're into the more indie games, sure. The games that were talked about that were kind of exciting were, Crash and Godfall. At least to me, anyway. However, they want to bring this up, and it's kind of unfortunate, but there was a game called Aeon Must Die, right? It was an indie game that's on the PlayStation. Right after that presentation, there was tweets and all this stuff coming out regarding to the company or studio that developed the game, Aeon Must Die. And it all involved with the developers, all of them, or most of them anyway, quitting the studio as a whole because of the crunch time that they suffered and the lack of payments and all the horrible practices that they went through as they made the game. So it's really unfortunate that this took place. Seeing all these companies being put into the light of crunch time and bad work practices and such, and this is just another tragic one. This being a development or independently developed game and such. So, it sucks. And what do you do in that situation? Do you not ignore the game and not have the people being paid or get the money? Or do you buy the game for the sake of supporting the devs? But that also in turn supports the studio that put them in that situation in the first place. So it's like this sort of, what do you call God damn it, there's that word that's slipping me. It's slipping away.
You're losing your mind, sir. Daddy Cthulhu's right behind you.
Yeah, right. It's not a contradiction, it's a paradox. There you go. It's a paradox. What do you do? What did you have any comment on it?
I did, but I gotta find that that video.
Oh yeah.
It was pretty much the Boondocks, where Granddad just says, "You do your best, the best you can."
I mean, it's pretty much comes down to whatever choice you want to make. It sucks, but both of those decisions seem reasonable. If you want to buy the game to support the devs, the people who actually made the game, then that's understandable. Or just want to try out the game in general, sure. But at the same time, that in turn will support the studio. So if you don't want to buy the game for the sake of not supporting that studio, and just hope that the studio or company pays the workers with their own money, then that's also understandable. And I hope the latter sort of happens. You know what I mean? We don't have to be the ones to pay for their sort of poor practices and such. As we consumers don't have to be put into that position. You know what I mean? Ideally, the company should be the ones paying for them, and not us. So I hope, I hope at some point the studio fucking mans up and pay the proper dues. I wish the best of that luck to them. for that situation. I really hope they can find another place for them to kind of recover from that. Hopefully another studio. We'll see. So, we are at the end of the road for this one. And this is going to be involving with Granblue.
Granblue.
So there was a big Granblue stream on Saturday involving with a 4-hour stream, including, like data analysis and some games that they play, like, charades and stuff like that with the people that were there, all the co-hosts and hosts and guests and such, talking about Granblue in general. So they talk about Granblue and also Granblue Versus. And during Granblue Versus, they revealed the gameplay for Belial. So I'm gonna fire that up right now. I think this is the video.
He gay.
Oh, dude, this guy is super like sex themed, dude. Oh my god, he is all about the climax.
Vampire or something?
No, he's an angel, fallen angel.
Oh, sorry, an incubus maybe.
Male, pretty much a male succubus. You know what I mean?
Incubus.
Yeah.
Is that you, Ryuk?
Yeah, he's got the stomp. Yeah, even his theme song is like sex theme too. Yeah, like that for example. Anal Lieutenant. Like what?
Goku Rose, is that you?
Yeah, right? And look at the fucking shades they can put on. It's so just ridiculous, but cool. Cause that's like his weapon, I guess, for this game, I guess. They can change out.
I mean, obviously I've never played Granblue.
Yeah.
Is he in not in the fighting game, but in the regular game? Is he one of the main like villains that you have to fight against?
So, Granblue has a lot of side stories, and he's like one of the main antagonists for one of those side stories, which is like one of the bigger ones too. I think it's called The Sky is Blue or something like that. Or what makes the sky blue? Or what makes the sky blue? And it involves with the all the angels and all the spirit or primal spirits, which yes, that's like Bahamut and all that shit. You know what I mean? Like if you were to compare it to like Final Fantasy, it would be the the Aeons or the summons. You know what I mean? Like Ixion and Ifrit. Bahamut, of course, which he also is in this game, funny enough. Belial and the fallen angels and the other angels that that are still like virtuous and stuff like that, they're all like those equivalents, you know what I mean? They're kind of like gods, so this guy, Beelzebub, they're like one of the fallen angels. And from what I can understand, Belial or Belial, I don't know how you pronounce his name properly, but he's of Jewish origin, Jewish mythology. So yeah.
He daddy.
Oh, dude, he's like pretty popular amongst the female players. I think anyway.
I wonder why.
You're right. Very evil, pretty boy, sort of, yeah. He's cool though, to be fair. Like he's like a complete asshole in the story. Like you're gonna love to hate him. He's like one of those villains. If you actually like pay attention to the story. It's pretty dark. I will say that much.
So when you say he is the guy to love and hate, so putting perspective. He's like my Kizaru.
Him, but also he's more comparable to Doflamingo.
No, I don't love. I just straight out hate him. It's like, go away. Put him in the fire.
Oh yeah, oh dude, Doflamingo can like burn in hell, but boy, do I love the character.
Yeah, but no, they have him alive.
Oh yeah.
Right?
No, that's what happened. But yes, that's what Belial is kind of like that. I don't want to like spoil too much of it, but he kind of like falls between like villain sometimes. He's like a complete like shitbag, and then sometimes he kind of sounds like or acts like an anti-hero at some points, but it's like just really tricky to kind of put him to like where he is, including in terms of like alignment. So that's why he's kind of interesting in my book anyway. I'm not like a complete expert on the Granblue story because like I skipped a lot of the main story anyway, but the side stories
on YouTube for lore video.
Oh yeah, right. The side stories is where it gets a little more interesting, and I happen to just pay attention to the one with Belial and all the angels and whatever, the primal spirits and such. The primals, and all that. So yep, Belial.
See, the reason why you're not interested in these angels and stuff is because there's not a flirty ass Umbra witch killing them.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh man, that'd be so cool to have like the demons involved somehow. That'd be so sick. But right at the end of the trailer, we have a tease for the next character, which is Cagliostro. There you go. Cagliostro. There you go. That's
I think you need to get away from my Cthulhu.
Yeah.
And please tell me she is of age or she's a goddess.
So she is at least thousands of years old.
Okay, good.
Because she was sealed for that many years. So a lot of people like to call her like the old lady or like old son, even though she's, it's a she, but like I think it's like a joke or something like that. And usually she doesn't, or I guess sometimes she acts like that, like all like cutesy, like like she got kind of like that wink she did. But if you look at a lot of her like expression sheets and such, she has like a crazy fucking like snarky look on her face. You know what I mean? So
is she a Joe-sama?
No, not that. It's like no, I should say snarky. It's more of like sinister. There you go. That's the more better term for it. She's not a villain though, surprisingly. And I guess that's because that's how old she is. Like, that's her just experiencing life for so long that, she's just like, she can be like maniacal or cynical instead of like just being like all like optimistic all the time, like the sunshines and singing birds and all that shit. She's like a little
sunshines and rainbows and zippity doo dah, motherfuckers. Oh,
yeah. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of characters that are like kind of interesting. So that's why I do like Granblue in that sense. So that's why there's some stuff like this, kind of makes me happy. So yeah, Cagliostro is the next character who is coming out sometime in October, and then Belial is coming out sometime in September. In fact, on the 24th, at least for Japan anyway. I don't know when it comes out for English side of things. It might be like a day or two later or something like that. Forever. Never. And the next character after Cagliostro is also 2020, but we still don't know who that is, and then the rest of them are, of course, for 2021. So at least that's for Character Pass 2. I hope to God at least one of them is Vera, but also my favorite character, which is Silva, which is this chick with the big rifle.
I'm gonna look at it.
Lovely.
There was a character in Granblue that I liked. Let me try to find out.
Who would that be?
Sorry, looking for the character.
All right. Meanwhile, there were other updates involving with the main game itself. Let me go find the thread of things. I think it's here. So there are a lot of updates relating to Granblue as a whole, like the main, not only for the main game, but some collaborations with Versus. There's going to be a update with the story mode of things. There's like a new boss, I believe, right? And then we have something for Granblue Fantasy Relink. So the Relink news will come at the end of the year during Granblue Fest 2020, which will probably be another online event, right? Because of COVID. And that's where they'll probably announce the release date of things. I do hope that it does come to PlayStation 5, but it might also be a PlayStation 4 thing too. Seeing that the situation of things, because it was supposed to be for PlayStation 4, but with the development and stuff like that, what's going on, it might just come over to PlayStation 5. So, did you find a character you're looking for?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Are you still looking, or?
Yep.
Alrighty. And meanwhile, I think this is the one. Right, so.
But if we cannot find it, we can just end it.
Oh, yeah. So, we still have some stuff to wrap up with. So, yeah, this is all the stuff that I mentioned already. Campaign update. There's some blitz thing going on involving with the online portion of things. I think your rank points or something like of those lines will do something or something like that. It's they talk about your ranking points some way or somehow. And as mentioned before briefly, Belial's weapon skins involved with his sunglasses or eyewear for some reason, because he doesn't have any weapons. So I was like, oh well, we'll just give him something, and it just happened to be sunglasses, I guess. Because Granblue Fantasy Versus is the first to have some sort of skins when it comes to ArcSys 3D games, anyways, or the 3D graphics games, and the weapon skins is what is kind of like new for ArcSys games. And Belial's sunglasses is it's kind of one of them. Cagliostro, we mentioned that, and if you have the character pass bought already, you'll get a code they can insert into your original Granblue Fantasy game, and you get these player skins for your avatar, which is really cool. It's like the gothic Lolita, or just gothic costumes in general for your character. Look pretty sick, actually. I do like them. They talk about Cagliostro. There's the roadmap right there. I already pretty much like sort of summed it up. That's it on those parts. There was another thread that I do want to cover. I think it's right here. Oh yeah, so the original game.
Not a card. Oh, never mind.
Oh, sorry. So what was that?
I found the person, but she's a raid, not an actual. I said no.
Oh, I know. I think, yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're talking about the bosses. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? Maybe a boss, like an actual boss.
A lot of those some of those characters are primal spirits do become units for them to join you. So not Bahamut, sorry. What was his name, or he, she? I'm not sure. Grimoire. I think Grimoire is one of them. Colossus is another one, and such like that. You know, those are just examples. Meanwhile, there's more stuff when it comes to the main game itself, which is the newly implemented skin gacha now. So not only can you summon spirits, or not spirits, heroes, there are gonna be skins for not only for your avatar, but certain heroes as well, which is more cash grab, but you know, that's how it is with gacha. So these are the skins, for example, for the actual player avatars during battle, right? And they have these Mirage style skins where you can dress up your character as like other heroes. So if you're kind of like tired of looking at your hero for some reason, you can like swap it out with the look and animations of other heroes, which is actually kind of cool if you want that option, which will be later down the line. And there's some funny fan art along the way. I think I didn't link that one thread, sadly, but let me see. Let me see. It was like a giant thread. What the hell? Just bear with me here.
It's gone, Chief.
Oh, there's a image that was at the end. So there's going to be a balance patch for Granblue Versus, for characters, of course. Versus rank reset, allows release, and you can buy the pass, of course, for the rest of the characters. That's from today. Man, you go back all the way. Shit. Yeah, there are a lot of updates. Point being, there's a lot of changes coming, and can't wait for both the main game and the Versus game. Oh yeah, they also announced another anime with Granblue, which is the chibi version, or like the comics that they use, kind of like what not Granblue, Fate Grand Order does with theirs. They have the those weird chibi comics that they made into an anime at some point. They're like short anime shorts. They can like watch on YouTube, I guess. But then now they have for Granblue, now they have like the chibi anime stuff coming for October. That's Silva, my favorite character, and she's like that because she's embarrassed when she does like cute things or whatever, which is adorable. Because normally she's like a really serious, like very straight-laced person, but then she just tries to be more sociable, or just social in general. And she kind of becomes embarrassed when she gets like complimented on her personality and such, like being called like cute or whatever. She blushes and all that stuff and gets all flustered. She's cute. There are no parts. Oh yeah, so we got more units in swimsuits or summer versions, including Fairy. And I wanted to mention this one, Silva. Oh my god, she looks so awesome in her summer skin. Oh my god.
Great person.
I'm sorry, what?
Ew.
Oh man, she looks so cool. I love the outfit. Man, I've been wanting a Silva summer skin for a long time, or summer Silva, I should say, for a very long time. And they did it. Yeah, this is all the summer stuff. There's more updates for the main game, more bosses, more weapons, new uncapped heroes, including Sorez, who is in the versus game, so that's cool. Some updates for uncapping certain heroes, which is to make it easier. And more outfits or more classes, I guess. And yep, that's like the gist of things. So when it comes to Granblue and all that such for the main part of things, there's more updates, like little updates and stuff like drop rates and all that stuff. But let me get through this. So that was the roadmap, and talked about the stuff that I mentioned, right? New voices, new color packs, and yep. So that's it for that one, which concludes our docket for the episode. Was there anything that you wanted to kind of mention before we wrap things up?
Stay safe, everyone.
Of course. That's always the most important thing. Wear your masks, please. Wear
a mask.
Wear your mask. Wash your hands. Sanitize. All that stuff.
What? Wash your hands? I lick my hands.
Oh God. Jeez Louise. Ugh. Yeah. Wear your masks. Just wash your hands. And keep your distance. All that stuff. And just whenever you go out, just get whatever it is that you need. Don't try not to spend too much time in the grocery store, which I am guilty of, but I'm trying to work on that. I get so lost, dude. Like I'm like, ooh, I want the seasoning. Ooh, maybe should I get this bag of chips? Oh, all that meat. Oh, you know.
All that meat? What? Excuse me.
Hey, man, I like to grill meat. You know, I like to cook meat. Right. Yeah, you know, I have to refill all my sausages and the cheese, milk, you know, mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise? What the? That'd be Japanese mayonnaise.
Oh yeah, I mean I have both. I have both Best Foods mayonnaise and Japanese mayonnaise.
I want Japanese mayonnaise right now.
Oh yeah, it's really good. Very good. Yep. Yep. So that's all I got too. So I think that's a good time to wrap up this long podcast. There was a lot to go through. There was a lot of news that came out quite a bit, especially for the fighting game side of things. That's cool. So yep, we'll probably be back most likely in the next 2 weeks, as always. Probably be us again. And so thank you guys so much for tuning in. Really means a lot. And don't forget to check us out on all the social media, including myself and Zawarudo on the Twitters. And this guy has a YouTube channel as well. So yes. Yes, you do. I'll try not to forget and link that in the description below.
Hell no. I'll fight you. Fight you.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, I'll let you guys go. We're out of here. So thank you guys so much. This has been the 114th episode of the Hypecast. Again, thank you guys so much. Stay safe. Take care. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
On that.